Okay, so the next item is communication, and we did not have anybody sign up this evening to speak, so we'll move on to superintendent's recommendations and reports. Mr. Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Birding. At this time, I'd like to ask Mr. Martin to cover the items listed under Personnel Professional.
Thank you, Mr. Smith, Mr. Birding, and members of the board. I have several items tonight under Personnel Professional. Item number 1, resignation, letter A. Item number 2, extracurricular resignations for 2021, letters A through C. Item 3 is employment, letter A, extracurriculars for the 2021 school year. And item B is ESL tutors for the 2021 school year. That concludes the items I have for your consideration this evening under Personnel Professional.
Thank you, Mr. Martin. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to accept those recommendations.
So moved. Second.
I heard Mrs. Gundrum and Mrs. Shorter. Any comments or questions from the board? Mrs. Lane, will you call the roll, please?
Mrs. Gundrum?
Yes.
Mrs. Shorter?
Yes.
Mr. Begley?
Yes.
Mr. Birding?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Motion passes.
This time, I'd like to ask Mr. Penny to cover the items listed under Personnel Support.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Mr. Birding, members of the board. I have the following items for your consideration this evening under personnel support. Under item number 1, resignation, letters A through D. Under item number 2, unpaid leave of absence, letters A and B. Under item number 3, employment, letters A through I. Under item number 4, correction, letter A. This concludes the items I have for your consideration this evening.
Thank you, Mr. Penny. At this time, I will entertain a motion to accept the recommendations.
So moved.
Second.
I heard Mrs. Shorter and then Mr. Begley. Any comments or questions? Hearing none, Mrs. Lane, will you call the roll, please?
Mrs. Shorter?
Yes.
Mr. Begley?
Yes.
Mr. Birding?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mrs. Gundrum?
Yes.
Motion passes.